Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome with best wishes. Today I'm going to tell you how to calculate pension and gratuity yourself. But before long we get a start and move ahead. It is however necessary to describe pension and gratuity in detail to determine how many kinds of pension are there, what are the rules and regulations. The emoluments reckonable towards pension, the rate and scale of pension, the condonation of qualifying service, and above all the pension formula. The beneficiaries who in relation as a family member or dependent relative other than a family member to get his or her legitimate share as a result of death come retirement. All these will be described in a few slideshows and I hope you'll find them worthwhile and beneficial. The intent of producing this video in English particularly prompted me with the need of the day, since all the contents are in English and frankly everybody knows English very well nowadays, and it will also give me an opportunity to get ahead in an English speaking environment without any hesitation. So let's start from the beginning. Pension rules. I hope that most of you must be quite familiar with the term pension and gratuity. However, I'm going to explain it again as part of a discussion of this topic. So, when a government employee reaches either the age of superannuation, i.e. 60 years, or acquire the age of qualifying service, almost 25 years or more, but not less than 25 years, the government, in recognition and recording in appreciation of his unblemished and meritorious service so rendered, orders a lump sum amount of gratuity along with a periodical payment of pension for life. Therefore it is called pension and gratuity. Pension has been classified in almost 5 categories, and I'm going to tell you each category with its nomenclature so that you can get a better knowledge. So therefore it comes on number 1, the compensation pension. I will describe all these categories in detail in the following slides. On number 2, it is invalid pension. Number 3, retiring pension, or you can also call it qualifying pension or voluntary pension. Number 4, superannuating pension. Number 5, family pension. Classification of pension. Compensation pension. It is quite evident from its nomenclature, the word compensation. It happens to be accidental, thereby it means that when a permanent post of a government servant abolishes due to winding up of the project on no need basis or otherwise, the government employee in compensation thereof exercises the option of taking any compensation pension or gratuity to which he may be entitled for the service he has already rendered, or accepting another appointment or transfer to another establishment even on a lower pay if offered in continuation to his previous service. The qualifying service in this regard shall be 10 or 25 years or more. Invalid pension. An invalid pension is awarded to a government servant on his retirement from the public service, who by bodily or mental infirmity is permanently incapacitated for further service. It means that when a government employee while in service becomes critically ill, both by bodily or mentally, he or she therefore appear before a duly constituted medical board to be permanently and completely incapacitated for further service. Retiring pension, or as I told you earlier that it is also called qualifying pension or voluntary pension. A retiring or qualifying or voluntary pension is granted to a government servant who is permitted to retire after completing qualifying service of 25 years or more. Civil servants may opt for premature retirement by giving a written intimation at least 3 months before the date on which he intends to retire. The option, once exercised, shall be final and will not be and shall not be modified or withdrawn. Superannuating pension. A superannuating pension is granted to a government servant who is entitled or compelled by rule to retire at a particular age, i.e. 60 years. Family pension. Family pension is granted to the family of a government servant who dies while in service before retirement. In case of death of a government servant while in service, gratuity in lieu of 1/4 of the gross pension will be allowed. The following are also all reading stuff. You can read it yourself to have a good know-how. Conditions of qualifying service. The service of an officer begins to qualify for pension from the date he takes the charge of the office to which he is first appointed. The service must be under the government. The employment must be substantive and permanent. Condonation of interruption and deficiencies. Any kind of interruption or deficiencies that may come accidentally into service of an employee. So the authority competent to fill the appointment held by a government servant at the time the condonation is applied may condone all interruptions in his service, provided such interruptions are not due to any fault or willful act of the government servant, like unauthorized absence, resignation, or removal from service. A deficiency of a period not exceeding 6 months in the qualifying service of a government servant shall be deemed to have been condoned automatically. The authority competent to sanction pension may condone a deficiency of more than 6 months but less than a year, subject to the following conditions. The government servant has died while in service or has retired under circumstances beyond his control, such as on invalidation or abolition of his post, and would have completed another year of qualifying service if he had not died or retired. The service rendered by him had been meritorious. These provisions will not apply to government servants who have rendered less than 5 years continuous service. Emoluments reckoned for pension. This is very interesting subject. The emoluments mean the salary or pay or part of the pay or salary which is reckoned or counted towards pension. So the basic pay is the fundamental element through which pension and gratuity is calculated, including all additional or motivational increases associated with basic pay. And these include the basic pay itself, personal pay, technical pay, special pay of all types and nature, dearness allowance. It used to be once used to be part of basic pay, but now it's ceased. And if it is revitalized again, it could become part of the pay, basic pay. Increments accrued during LPR. In this case, the retiring employee has two options to exercise either of the two. Number one, to apply for 1 year maximum 1 year's leave, which is 365 days. With all pay and allowances except conveyance allowance, or claim a lump sum encashment of LPR, which should not be more than 365 days. And the increments falling each year on 1st December, subject to completion of 6 months period, shall also be accrued. Senior post allowance accrued to officers of B20 and above is also part of the basic pay. Rates and scale of pension. All these following stuffs are reading materials and you can read yourself. Commutation table. This is also a very important part of the calculation towards pension. Here it is the age column from 20 on to 60 and above 60 to approximately 80 years. And this is and the individual who is retiring his age is 60 years. The superannuating pension, and the rate is 12.3719, and we are going to explain it in this slide. Here it comes, the pension formula. You must have been waiting quite patiently to look what pension formula is all about. So let's see what the pension formula is all about. Basically, it includes 4 components. The last pay drawn times 7 times length of service divided by 300. The last pay means the last basic pay drawn by the retiring employee before his retirement, times 7. You must also be asking what the hell this 7 is. 7 is probably the number of days of a week, times length of service. Length of service means total length served by a government employee under the government from the date of joining till the date of retiring, time divided by 300. So the basic pay of this individual in basic pay scale 16 is 49,310 times 7 times 30. But remember, the total length of this individual is 34 years, 6 months and 29 days, but we have brought here 30 days. It's because, according to the rules, not more than 30 years is allowed. So let's first of all calculate the total length of service to know how it is calculated. Maybe somebody don't know how it is calculated exactly. For this we have 2 things: the date of joining and the date of retiring. The date of joining of this individual is 28 March 1984, and the date of retiring is 27 October 2018. What we are going to do is to subtract the date of joining from the date of retirement. So here we have, above we have the date of retirement, and below we have the date of joining, which is, so by subtracting 8 minus 4, 4, 11 minus 3, 11 minus 8, 3. Here we have about 10 years, 10 months, and below 3 months. But here we have 27 days above and 28 days below, which could not be subtracted unless we carry 1 month from here to add with this 27 days. Remember, in all similar cases when we are carrying 1 month, the 1 month shall be 30 days and not more than 30 days or less than 30 days. So by carrying 1 month from here to here we left 9 months. 9 minus 3, 6. Here we have 57 days, and below we have 28 days. 57 minus 28 is equal to 29. Anyhow, let's see what is this amount, where it came from. By multiplying all these figures and dividing by 300, we got here 34,517 as GP, or gross pension. From now on, with the help of this GP, we will calculate the total amount of gratuity and monthly pension. So first we have to commute 35% in all similar cases except the death case of retirement. In all similar cases it's 35% commuted. In death cases it's 25%. So by commuting 35%, we got here 12,080.95 times 12. 12 is number of months of a year times age. As I told you earlier that we have a commutation table of 2001, according to which each age column has a different rate for itself. So here it is 60 years. This guy is retiring at 60 years. The rate of 60 years is 12.3719, and here it is. By multiplying all these calculations, after all, we got 3,571.66 as gratuity. And further, we are going to draw the net pension with the help of GP, or gross pension, at 65% in all similar cases except death case, which is 75%. So by drawing 65% net pension, we got 22,436.05 as net pension. And now what we are going to draw 15% increase with the help of net pension, which is 3,365.41. Now add both the amounts to further calculate 7.5% increase, which was allowed in 2015 probably, and it is 1935.11. Add with the previous and the likewise. Do all these calculations until you reach 20 or 25% increase as medical allowance. Medical allowance 20 or 25% is also calculated with the help of net pension. And remember, in all similar cases, 20 or 25% difference is known as, from the basic pay scale 1 to 15 it's 25%, and from 16 and above 20% increase is allowed. So here it is 44,487.21. Further increase 25%. It's 25%. So there is no mention of or. It's 25% increase allowed in 2017. It is also calculated with the 20 or 25% medical increase. So by adding all these sums into one, we will get eventually 42,526.38 as monthly pension. Now let me carry out these calculations with the help of Excel calculator, which I have created myself, and here you will find how easy it is to calculate pension or gratuity in seconds. So here the basic pay of this individual is 49,310, 49,300. He is retiring in BPS basic pay scale 16, 49,390 probably. I think so. It is 10. $49,310. The date of birth, according to the service record of this individual, is 28 October 58, and the date of appointment is 28 March 1984. And the date of retiring is 27 October 2018. What is happening here? It is quite... oh yes, T. Yes, it's correct. Since this guy is retiring after 30th of June, the usual increment, which is 1520, will also accrue. So therefore his basic pay is 47,000, I think so. 47,000 and yes, 47,000. $47,000 let me see here, it is B16. $47,790, and by adding the usual increment it will become 49,310. So let me do it carefully. 47,790. $49,310. And here one thing more is remaining here. He is retiring in the age of 60 years, so only enter 60 here, and the rest will be calculated automatically. Here also the total length of service of this individual is 34 years, 6 months and 29 days, while we have brought here 30 years to further calculate the exact commutation. I think so you must have enjoyed a good deal of calculations. Now let me move further. There's something remaining. Pension cum gratuity scheme, 1954. All these are reading stuff. Read it yourself so that you can enhance your knowledge about family, the family for the purpose of payment of death cum retirement. It means which member of the blood relation is eligible or entitled for the family pension. Also, all these have been discussed in the following lines, so read it yourself. Share of family pension, all these are also reading materials. Pension payable to other than family members, I mentioned it in the beginning, and you'll get the rest of the information here. And now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Allah Hafiz.